Today, we are going to make an IoT-based temperature monitoring and control system using the ESP32 Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth module, the SIM7600G 4G LTE module, the MLX9614 non-contact infrared temperature sensor, a 110 or 220 volt AC bulb, and the Blynk application. I have already completed a similar project. In that project, I requested the temperature sensor value through a simple text command. Additionally, I was controlling a 110 or 220 volt AC load with the help of commands sent via text messages. When a specified load was turned on or off, the controller would also send me a feedback message. This was a beginner's level project and I made it just to demonstrate how to send and receive text messages using the SIM7600G 4G LTE module. Since I had to explain everything at a very basic level, that's why I did all the connections on a breadboard. You can see the wiring is very congested and confusing. In this kind of wiring, there is a high risk of damaging the components, and I do not want the SIM7600G to be damaged due to any of my mistakes. Since I have to use the SIM7600G GSM module in many projects, so I can't afford to do this much wiring every time. So I decided to design my own ESP32 based development board for the SIM7600G so that I can easily use it in basic, intermediate and advanced level projects. If you also want to make this development board, then you can watch my previous video. I will add a link in the description. You can see my hardware setup is completed. Let's quickly go through all the connections. Connect the VCC and ground wires of the MLX9614 non-contact infrared temperature sensor to the ESP32 3.3 volt and ground. Connect the SDA and SCL pins to the ESP32 GPIO 21 and 22. The 5 volt and ground pins of the SIM7600G 4G LTE module are connected to the 5 volt and 3 amps power supply, and the RX and TX pins are connected to the ESP32 GPIOs 2 and 4. This 5 volt SPDT relay is connected to the ESP32 GPIO 13. For the connections, you can follow this circuit diagram. In the circuit diagram, you can see the 5 volt and ground wires. Connect these wires to a regular 5 volt power supply. It should be at least 2 to 3 amps. Now let's start with the Blynk Web Dashboard setup. While you are logged into your Blynk account, click on the new template. Write the template name. While ESP32 is selected as the hardware type, select the connection type as GSM. After this, all the steps are exactly the same. The only difference this time is that we selected GSM instead of Wi-Fi in the connection type. I have already created quite detailed video on the Blynk Web Dashboard setup, so if you face any issues, you can watch my getting started tutorial on the new Blynk v2.0. When the dashboard is ready, simply copy these credentials, open the program that you can download from our website electronicclinic.com and paste the credentials. Don't forget to change the GPRS credentials. If this is your first time using the ESP32 Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth module, then you will also need to install the ESP32 board in the Arduino IDE. For this, you can watch my getting started video on the ESP32 Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth module. Next, you will also need to install the entire Blynk library package. For this, simply go to the sketch menu, then to include library and click on the manage libraries. Type Blynk in the search box. You can see I have also installed this library. It works with over 400 ports. Finally, you can upload the program. In my case, I have already uploaded this program. Next, you can start with a Blynk IoT application setup on your smartphone. Our application is also ready. Now let's start the practical demonstration. I have powered up the project using a 12-volt adapter. Right now you can see it is connected to the GSM network. In my area, the 4G network is fully functional, so as soon as I power up this project, the SIM7600G 4G LTE module immediately connects to the network. However, if the 4G network weren't functional in my area, I could still use it because it's also fully compatible with 3G and 2G networks. For demonstration purposes, I have connected this 110 or 220 volt AC bulb. Instead of using this bulb, you can connect a motor or any other load. You can also connect a DC load. Although this load is optional, I have used it so that I can explain my point of view. For example, if the temperature increases above certain threshold value, we can use this relay to disconnect the power supply or turn off that load. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. Anyway, remember safety first. When the 110 or 220 volt AC supply is connected, never touch the relay contacts as it can be extremely dangerous. It is important to note that when working with mains voltage, proper safety precautions should always be taken, and it is advisable to consult relevant electrical codes and standards. Our system is completely ready. To monitor the temperature and to turn the load on or off, we no longer need to write text messages, because now with the help of the Blynk application, we can monitor the temperature in real time. It doesn't matter which country you are in. If you have internet access, you can monitor the temperature and also turn the load on or off in real time. So that's all for now. Support me on Patreon for more videos. I hope you liked today's episode. Like and share this video with your friends. See you in next episode, and thanks for watching.